Hey guys, this is a follow-up to my first sim racing field of view video, which got quite a good reception. If you haven't seen it, I think it's worth a look. It is where I use my personal triple 32-inch monitor setup, and I use computer graphics to virtualize a few different monitor setups to come to the conclusion that I think triple 32s are pretty much the ideal monitor setup. Now, over to my right, I have a 49-inch super ultra wide and a triple ultra wide setup. These both belong to Racecraft, and they've been very kind to lend them to me to use. And I thought, instead of doing it the virtual way, we're going to do it for real. And we'll look at a couple of different race scenarios to see how the 49-inch does compare in the real world to triple 32s and also triple ultra wides. Just a quick look at these screens before we get started. So we have the triple 35-inch ultra wides versus the 49-inch super ultra wide, and you can see they're roughly the same height, but of course with the triple, it wraps around the driver way better than the single screen does. And if we look at the 32-inch monitors, these guys also wrap around, of course, but they're also a lot taller than the super ultra wide and consequently the Ultrawides as well. And so in my testing and using of these three monitor setups, I do prefer the triple 32s because it is the best of both worlds. They wrap around the side-by-side vision, and they also give you a lot of vertical height, which just removes some of the claustrophobia I find with these sort of less tall monitors. Anyways, enough talk. Let's do the comparison. All right, we're at Spa in the F3, and a quick shout out to JackKnifeRacing.tv, who run an awesome F3 league, and you should check them out in the description below. Anyways, we're on board with my teammate Armando as he's lining up a pass for me towards Lacombe. So we can see we can still keep an eye on me on the right-hand side until the corner entry. And then on the triples, you can keep track of me on the side, but with the single screen, he has no chance of seeing me until I actually pull ahead here. And then as he attacks me into Rivage, he can keep track of me in the first stage of the corner, but then as we go forwards, there, see, I disappear from the 49, even though the triples actually keep track of me the whole time. And again, into Puan. So this time, he'll actually just keep track of that end plate. So he can keep track of me only when I'm actually quite a bit ahead of him, when he's the attacker. Now, from my perspective, we'll see that Armando is going to come up on the left towards Lacombe, and then on the triples, you'll be able to see we can keep track of Armando the entire way through the corner, but he's actually not visible on the 49-inch at all. And actually, as you watch this whole segment, we don't see Armando in the 49-inch monitor at all as he's trying to pass me. And we can see from the triples from here on that he does get really seriously alongside me many times. And so what this shows is that for a 49-inch, you can kind of see your opponent so long as they're in front of you, particularly if they start off in front of you. But someone who's attacking you from behind, even when they get alongside, you're just not going to see them, which isn't good enough in my opinion. And if you haven't tried dirt street stocks before, I highly recommend it. The content is free and the racing is like this 90% of the time. It's just side by side and it's awesome fun. So I'm actually in the Adventure Time car on the right here, and this guy's lining up a pass. And as he slides past me here, I do actually pop back into frame in the triples, not so much in the 49. So we can see that I do pop up on the 49 when I'm quite significantly ahead. But once again, when we're side by side like this, we only ever see me in the side monitors, never in the super ultra wide. So if you do want to go for a super ultra wide, just be realistic with your expectations about what you can see when you race. So I hope that makes it clear why I am such a supporter of triple monitors rather than single monitors. Even though the 49-inch super ultra wide looks really cool, it's just not that useful for racing. I'll actually play those scenarios out for you again without my commentary at the end of the video, just in case you wanted to watch it and assess for yourself again. Now, in the comment section of my last video, there was a lot of interaction with some of you who contested some of the things that I said, and I don't want to get into an argument with you guys. I've already done that in the comments section. But one of the things that stood out was that the virtualization was not perfect, and I completely agree. There's only so far that virtualization can go. So I thought I'd also play out the same scenario from the last video, which was at the Red Bull Ring, with the 49-inch versus my virtualization from last time. So I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.